What's up, everybody? It's your boy King Hustle. Yes, it is the best money and credit channel on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell. So whenever I drop new sauce, new lessons, new methods, and giveaways, you'll be the first one to be notified. You'll be the first one to know what's going on. And hey, you might be the first one to win something for free. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell on all the YouTube channels. Also, make sure you follow me on my Twitch and King Hustle Live. I do all my free beats and giveaways from those YouTube channels and the kick in the Twitch. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out on nothing. Also, make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms. All you gotta do is click the title on every video. Once you click the title on every video, at the bottom in the description, all my social media links will pop up. All right. Got a lot of fake King Hustle pages out there, so please get a FaceTime verification call or a video to make sure you see this face. Make sure you are doing legit business and you are getting what you pay for, right? And before we get anything started, this is on educational purposes only, not telling anybody to do anything. So let's get this thing started. Hey, let's get this thing started. Hey, what to do, my real King Hustle fans, supporters, subscribers out there, my real Hustle Nation Empire family members, and we are back at it again with the gems, back at it again with the sauce, back at it again with the information that's going to turn you into a boss. So you're tired of being a zero, you ready to be a family hero? Listen up, take a seat, get your notepad and get your pen, because you already know when I drop these videos and y'all get them notifications, there's going to be some information that's going to help you win, keep you informed, or keep you entertained. So with that being said, you know how we get down over here on this channel. We talk about the new dark web methods, the new dark web scams, the dark web, the dark world, bank methods, bank scams. We talk about everything that's going on in today's world that pertains to getting some money in all different type of ways. Now, it's a lot of people that's okay, put it like this. Due to the evolution of the world and due to the evolution of generations that's coming up in the world, things evolve. And the way things evolve is just not over, it's not an overnight thing. It's just like every day more and more people start to get into something until it just overpopulates, right? So ever since COVID-19, a lot of people have been interested or have been introduced to the dark world or the dark web, scams, fraud, even cybersecurity and hacking and credit. A lot of people started to see how those things are generating hundreds and thousands and millions of dollars. There's a lot of people in the world that don't want to work a 9 to 5 job. There's a lot of people in the world that's trying to figure out how they can get some quick, fast cash. Now, at the end of the day, people pick and choose, and that's just how it is. It's a lot of people who really doesn't have the proper or correct information about scamming, about fraud, about any of these things. There's people out here that really think when they see anybody with lump sums of money like this, they automatically think they're quote unquote scamming. People got to understand, first of all, scammers and fraudsters and hackers are not the same people. They do not do the exact same thing. So when people be just throwing out the word scammer or you doing a scam or whatever, that's not accurate. Scammers are people who social engineer, trick, or manipulate other people into sending or giving their own money. Fraudsters utilize other people's information to fraudulently obtain goods from a loan, credit card, line of credit, get a car, get an apartment, open up a bank account, open up store cards, things like that. That's fraud, fraudulent activity. That's fraud. And then you got your hackers who compromise information. And we'll talk, we're going to get more into that in this video because it's starting to become more popular due to the evolution of the dark world and the world in general. So there's a lot of people out there that just think everybody is a scammer. Everybody is not a scammer. It's people out there that understand that there are multiple ways to get to generate income in this world. And some people may pick 5 ways, and those ways might make them $50,000 a month. And for the next 10 months, they make $500,000. People don't really, or $250,000. People don't really look at it like that, and they probably then did it for 5 years, and so people believe what they want to believe. People would really make up some type of false narrative in their brain to make them feel better. So if they think somebody is a quote unquote scammer, they gonna think that person is a scammer. If they think this person is whatever, they gonna think that person is whatever. So at the end of the day, people gotta start understanding what's real in life. People don't understand. People don't want to understand the truth. Technology runs and rules the world, controls the world with everything and anything that we do. We need technology to be able to function in life. Without technology, we will be a third world country. And if you don't know what a third world country is, that's a country that has no technology. No, there has not ever. There's no evolution there. Just like those countries over in Africa, where yeah, it's a third world country. No type of technology, right? People got to start because it gets deeper than what people understand. Because I talk about these dark web sites and what they do, but people don't understand how they were even actually created. They didn't just pop up and say blue pig or a site, blue pig or a site, blue pig or a site. No, people had to physically create these sites. Just like people had to physically create waves and databases and systems for people to be able to unlock their cars with key fobs, unlock their apartment homes with key fobs, for people to be able to send and receive and store money on platforms, for people to be like, all this is based around technology and people are not understanding it. See, with the first wave of technology fraud that was presented to the world was about 4 or 5, 6 years ago. And it was the quote unquote cash app glitch or low where people were doing 100 to 1,000. And that was the first wave or the first sign of tech fraud. Now, people got to understand when something first comes out, it might not get as popularized, it might not get as much attention. But when somebody else does it and they do it a certain way, it might get way more attention. They might blow it up more than the person who originated it. So I want people to understand that just like when it comes to check fraud, credit card fraud, there's different ways how to do the exact same thing. There's different ways to do the exact same thing when it comes to technology fraud. Technology fraud is $1 trillion industry, not a million, not a billion, but $1 trillion industry. Why? Because everything is being ran and generated through technology. Just like we got fraud GPT sites. I mean, just like we got chat GPT sites and AI generated sites that's creating pictures, videos, scripts, and so on and so on for us with just commands and typing saying, create me a picture that has this and has that and correct. Everybody's using AI now, especially on YouTube to create thumbnails. They're going right to chat GPT or whatever AI site or chat GPT site or GPT site that they're using and creating these pictures for free. Just like it's GPT sites on the clear net, there are GPT sites on the dark web and the dark net. And people look for sites all day, every day. But it like I could talk about this for a long time. But people gotta understand that without technology, we'll be stuck. We need Wi-Fi as technology. When we go put our money in the banks, technology, that money is no longer physically there. It's a digital number. So if a hackers was to compromise all bank databases and breach everything and lock everything until that bank pays ransom, there's nothing we can do because of technology, right? So there are new sites on the dark web that I told you, due to it being GPT fraud sites. There are people who are utilizing, and just like on the clear net, there are good ones, there are bad ones, meaning that this might be a good one for somebody, for that creates a lot of different things, and this it might be a bad one that might not be able to create as many things as you would like it to do, or as the fraudster or scammer would like it to do, right? So there is a site on the dark web, and it basically deals with databases. Now, databases, bots, and things like that, and GPT to create different methods to perform different methods that's utilizing bots and different bots, different mods, and different databases. Now, this site is called the Data Demon. And like I told you guys every video, dark websites are not www.com. There are long encrypted web addresses that look like Bitcoin addresses with .onion at the end. You cannot promote dark web onion links on the ClearNet nor on YouTube. So I will not be sharing the actual link, but I will tell you the name of the site. Now, if you can't utilize your information and resources that's given to you out there for free to figure things out on your own, then that's a problem. So many people out there get mad, like, "Oh, bro, you've been talking, you didn't start talking about the site until blah 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 time mark." Listen, y'all gotta understand, y'all gotta pay attention to the information I'm giving to you that leads up to it, because there's a lot of people out there. It's a lot of silly people out there that actually thinks that the dark web, everything on the dark web is just you can buy it and just go use it. No, you can't just go buy stolen information and go use it and nothing's going to happen to you. No, just like if somebody brought your card information on the dark web and they use it, you're going to get a security alert. You'll get a call, a text message, or an email. They are too. And this is where people are lost in the sauce at. People just think just because it's on the dark web and people are selling it, it's just frivolous for you to go on there, frivolous for you to buy, and frivolous for you to use. No, you can go to jail if you don't. If you're, you can still go to jail using this stuff if you don't know what you're doing. Put it like that. And like I said, this is all educational purposes. I'm not condoning telling anybody to go to the dark web and do anything, but at the end of the day, I can't control anybody what they do and what they want to do. But people got to start understanding this. Like, just because this stuff is being presented or sold or whatever on the dark web does not mean you could just go use it. Some of the stuff is fake. Some of the stuff you got to actually know how to utilize it, or you will go to jail. There are dark web police officers that are literally anybody who's entering the dark world, utilizing Tor, they see that. Like, it's so much that's going, it's deeper than what people think. There are people that people might as well be robbing a bank with no mask. It's the exact same thing. You're committing crimes and saying, "Hey, I'm doing it." You're not trying to, like, dumb criminals. And this is what I try to get people to understand, because it be so many civilians that ask me about, "Hey, what's a site for this? What's a site for this?" And I'd be like, "Bro, what you asking for a site for that? It's not what you think it is." Like, so many people are fed the wrong information that they don't want to believe the real information or the right information when it comes to them. They would rather believe the information that makes things seem easier than things that's will make it seem harder. People trick themselves into believing things that make them feel better. So if somebody told somebody, "Oh, this is all you gotta do," blah blah blah, and then somebody else said, "No, you gotta do this. You gotta make sure you got this and that." They're not gonna believe that, because you gotta do more and it seems harder. But then they get a wake up call when they try to do it the wrong way and it doesn't work. And now they stuck. When they try to tell you from the jump, people are delusional. This is not a world that you can just go in and come in and play in. No. And like I said, the dark web, making a dark website isn't even illegal. It's only illegal when you start to buy, sell, and do illegal things on there. Now, data breaches, mods, bots, the data dungeon, the data market, the data marketplace. This website literally has bots, mods, and data breaches, meaning that people are starting to do the OTP bot method, right? Basically acting as if they're the fraud department for some type of bank, calling people, texting people, ask them, "Hey, did you try to wire transfer? Hey, are you trying to spend this amount at this store?" And getting and tricking people, right? Now, this utilizes submission and phishing attacks, text messaging, and phone call attacks. Now, it's a lot of people out there that say, how do people get these bots? Where do these Telegram bots come from, right? Where, like I said, the data market, the data dungeon, data.xo literally has different categories for different data breaches. It might be a Chase Bank, it might be a Wells Fargo, it might be a Bank of America, so on and so on. Different banks, different states, different categories, right? Which makes it easier for a scammer or fraudster or anyone who has access to this site to be able to get that information, download whatever bot that they need on whatever program that they're using. If it's an Android phone, a computer, iPhone, iOS, Mac, Windows, they get the software, they download the software from these sites on the dark web. They buy whatever data that they want. So they might go to this bank and how many are like I said, it's basically, let's say, for example, it might be this bank and it might ask you how many are you trying to purchase. If you say 10, it might give you 10 people's credentials who have a bank account with them, so they're fools or something like that. So now, you know how back in the day you used to get them random text messages that, hey, are you trying to wire transfer your Wells Fargo account, and you don't even have a Wells Fargo account. So now it's more sophisticated, and they know who actually has bank accounts with those banks. So now it's going to be more of a sense of urgency now, because if somebody gets a text message that looks like it's from their bank saying, "Are you trying to wire transfer, or are you trying to spend X amount of money at this place?" that they're not, they're going to be concerned. They're going to be a little scared. So they're going to respond no, and that makes it more easier for the scammer or the fraudster, because they already know this person has a bank account with this bank. Now, when they respond back to the text message and they call that person, they have certain information that they could ask this person to make it portray as if they are really the fraud department from that bank. And then from there, they go on. They might have the person give up their own banking credentials, their login credentials, or they might have that person go take out that money on their own and go. It's just, it gets real wild. Like, we didn't have people take out money and drop it off in random places or put it in random places. People flying out of town to pick the money up. We had people get gold bars. We had people give their login information up and wire transfer money. Like, there are different ways people utilize to commit these type of methods. Like I told you guys before, there are multiple ways how to do the exact same thing. So, and people figure out ways that works best for them. So this data market, this data dungeon, literally has different banks, different data information from these banks, different bots, different minds, different GPT software to basically create different scripts for people when it comes to utilizing the OTP bots, the mods, and it's making it easier for anybody just to go on these sites and create them, which is very dangerous. And like I said, it is a stream of a lot of new sites popping up on the dark web. And people always ask me, what are some sites on the dark web? And when it comes to sites on the dark web, it gets a little tricky. And we'll talk about that in another video, right? So it's just all about being more safe, being more cautious, and being more aware of what's going on out there in this real crazy world that we all living in. Because at the end of the day, there's always a victim. It might be you, it might be me, it might be the bank, it might be all three. So like I tell you guys all the time, make sure you guys are getting your Norton Life Lock to monitor all your financial and social media accounts to make sure no suspicious activity is going on. And then monitor your personal information to make sure it's not floating around on the dark web for anybody to buy. So make sure you guys get your Norton Life Lock. Make sure you guys freeze and alter your credit profiles, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experience. So nobody can get anything in your name. No loans, credit cards, lines of credit, no apartments, no cars, no nothing, not even you, unless you unfreeze it. And make sure you guys are getting new credit and debit card numbers every so often. We use the same debit cards and credit cards for years, and we tap, insert, swipe, Order online all day, every day, and there's always a database compromised or hacked. And if you get a new card with new information, that old information will no longer be valid. So if it was a part of a leak or a compromise or a hack, you'll be safe because that's old information. All right, so it's just all about being more safe, being more cautious, and being more aware of what's going on in this real crazy world that we all living in. All right, so shout out to all my real King Hustle fans, supporters, subscribers out there because without y'all, there'd be no me. Y'all motivate me keep going. Y'all motivate me keep dropping the sauce, and y'all motivate me keep y'all entertained. So shout out to all of y'all. Anybody out there's tired of being broke because it ain't no joke? Let's get to work. FaceTime one-on-one limited gyms are $1,000. But for limited time only, I'm doing them for 600. Yes, 600 cash app or Bitcoin payment. Once the 600 is on your cash app or Bitcoin balance, send me a screenshot. Let me know your payment ready, and we will go from there. All right, no screenshot, no replies, no 21 questions, and please do not yell me. Make sure y'all book y'all seat on the webinars Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 250. Make sure y'all book y'all seat on the crypto tour in person limited gyms, 3,500. Make sure y'all book y'all seat on the month long mentorship, 750, and $1,000, 750, which comes with a free 1K load. $1,000 come with a free 2K load, so don't miss out on that opportunity. All right, make sure y'all checking in with my vendor platforms on Telegram and the Potato App, me and your networking world. Still look for people for the production company. Make sure y'all subscribe and hit the notification bell on my YouTube channels, my Twitches, my IGs, TikTok, Snapchats, Kicks. Make sure y'all checking out the crypto world because it's changing people's lives. And make sure y'all getting there and y'all fit in with these loads. All right, 125 and up, cash that Bitcoin payment. Once it's on your balance, send me that screenshot. Let me know your payment ready, and we will go from there. All right, no screenshot, no replies, no 21 questions, and please do not yell me. With that being said, it's your boy King Hustle. Y'all know how I get down to any of these videos. I'll see you at the next lesson video or live. Peace.